Welcome to the Rohn Mindset. In this video, I want to talk to you about a way of living that doesn't rely on fleeting motivation, a way that makes success predictable, not accidental. And it starts with one thing: discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are today and who you want to become. It doesn't show up when life is easy or when you're in the mood. No, discipline arrives in the exact moment your mind begs for comfort, when your body feels drained, and when every part of you whispers, "Take the easy way out." That's the point where most people stop. But that's also the moment where champions are created. Everyone dreams of success, but far fewer are willing to do what success truly requires. The world is overflowing with people who say, "I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year, and eventually into never. That's why you must choose discipline right when your mind starts negotiating with comfort. That tiny window. When laziness calls, when you feel like skipping the plan, is where your destiny is decided. Discipline is not a mood. It's not something you wait to feel. It's an intentional decision you make before emotions ever show up. If you're relying on motivation alone, you're setting yourself up for inconsistency. Instead, rewire your thinking: I don't need to feel like it. I just need to do it. That's real power. That's self-mastery. When your brain says, "Take a break, you've done enough," that's actually your signal to go further. When your mind says, "Hit snooze," that's your cue to get up. When your body says, "This is too much," that's the sign to push harder. True success doesn't belong to the person who puts in effort once in a while, it belongs to the one who shows up tired, unmotivated, emotional, distracted, but still executes the plan. Discipline is quiet. It's not flashy. There's no applause, no social media likes, no immediate reward. It's just you, your habits, and your decisions, moment by moment. The majority of people fail not because they lack talent, but because they surrender to comfort. They make discipline optional, and comfort their default. But comfort is a thief. It gives short-term relief while stealing long-term achievement. If you want to transform your life, you have to start treating comfort like an enemy. Train your mind to stop negotiating with it. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more time. You need stronger commitment, especially in the moments when you least want to act. When your brain says, "I'll do it later," respond with, "No, I'll do it now." When it says, "I'm not ready," remind yourself, "I don't need to be ready." That's the mindset that makes results inevitable. See, your mind's default is to avoid discomfort. It prefers the familiar, the safe, the easy. But nothing extraordinary grows in that space. Growth lives in resistance. Strength is born the second you want to quit, and you don't. You cannot build a strong life with a weak mindset. If you keep letting feelings control your actions, you'll stay stuck. Your cravings for comfort are nothing but traps. They hold you back, they keep you average, and they silently steal your potential. Discipline is the force that pulls you back onto the path. It's the voice that says, "I don't care if you're tired, we're doing this." And every time you push through, you earn something far more valuable than temporary comfort: you earn self-respect. Every win over laziness builds inner trust. And trust in yourself is where confidence comes from. Not from hype videos, not from feel-good moments, but from proving, over and over, that you'll follow through on what you said you'd do, even when it's hard. This is the foundation of success. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. You build it through disciplined action, one choice at a time. Start small. Get up when you said you would. Finish what you start. Keep your word. Do the workout. Stick to the plan. Eliminate distractions. Say no when you used to say yes to comfort. Show up when you'd rather stay in bed. These simple habits are what most people avoid, and that's why they stay stuck. Your life won't change because you had a good day. It changes because you learned how to win on bad days. And you do that by choosing discipline in the exact moment you want to escape it. Discipline isn't something you practice sometimes. It's an all-the-time commitment. It's doing what's necessary instead of what's easy. It's choosing consistency over comfort, no matter what your emotions try to tell you. You want the results? Earn them with repeated action. Earn them by showing up when no one's watching. Become the person who doesn't need to be told what to do, who works without an audience, who executes even when it's boring or inconvenient. Eventually, you'll stop chasing results, because they'll start chasing you. People will think you're lucky or naturally gifted. But you'll know the truth: the early mornings you didn't skip, the late nights you didn't quit, the moments you resisted the easy road. It wasn't magic, it was discipline, over and over again. That's the real formula: discipline over comfort, action over feelings, commitment over cravings. You don't need more talent. You don't need more time. You just need more moments where you tell your weakness, not today. And that brings us to the second principle: show up when every part of you says don't. There will be days when your energy is gone, when your mood is low, when your body feels heavy and your mind is full of excuses. Those are the moments that define you. Not the easy days, the difficult ones. This is what separates people who grow from people who stay the same, showing up anyway. Not because it feels right, but because your future matters more than your feelings. Everyone wants results. Everyone wants change. But only a few are willing to do the hard thing when it's the last thing they want to do. That's why most plateau. They only show up when it's fun, when it's easy, when motivation is high. But growth begins where comfort ends. The long-term winners aren't always the smartest or most gifted, they're the ones who keep going through fatigue, frustration, and discomfort. They understand that real progress is built in silence, when no one's watching. You can't wait for motivation. Motivation is a guest, discipline is the landlord. And discipline keeps the lights on when motivation moves out. Some mornings you'll wake up and feel like doing nothing. Your bed will feel warm, the air still, the world quiet. Every thought will say, just this once, it's okay to skip. That's your moment to rise. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a perfect mood. You just need to be present, tired, distracted, anxious, but present. Because showing up when every fiber of you says don't builds a kind of inner strength you can't fake. You won't be perfect. You don't have to be. You just have to keep moving forward, even if today's step is smaller than yesterday's. Each time you prove you won't disappear when it gets hard, you reinforce a self-worth built on effort, not outcome. That's when transformation begins, when you choose action over excuses, day after day. Grit, resilience, consistency, they all begin with the same choice: show up when you don't want to. It sounds simple, but it's one of the toughest skills to master, because it requires you to face your own resistance every single day. If you want, I can also give you a matching high-volume YouTube description and SEO-optimized tags for this exact rewritten version so it's ready to upload. Would you like me to do that next? This Jim Rohn motivational speech will give you the push you need to stop procrastinating, stay disciplined, and take control of your life. In this powerful message, you'll learn why discipline is the real secret to success, not motivation, and how to master your mind so you can achieve your goals no matter what. Whether you're struggling to stay consistent, fighting laziness, or just looking for daily inspiration, this speech will give you the tools to stay on track. Jim Rohn's timeless wisdom has changed millions of lives, and now it's your turn. Watch this every morning to start your day with focus, energy, and commitment. Don't just get motivated, get disciplined. Your future self will thank you. Push-pin topics covered. How to stop relying on motivation. The mindset shift that makes success inevitable. How to push through when you feel like quitting. Why comfort is the enemy of growth. Daily habits that lead to long-term success. Fire remember. Motivation is temporary, but discipline lasts forever. High-volume YouTube tags, comma separated. Jim Rohn Motivation, Jim Rohn Speech, Jim Rohn Motivational Video, Jim Rohn Best Speech, Discipline Motivational Video, How to Stay Disciplined, Success Motivation, Life-Changing Motivation, Best Motivational Speech 2025, The Best Motivation Ever, Stop Procrastinating Motivation, Success Mindset Motivation, Comfort Zone Motivation, Hard Work Motivation, Jim Rohn Quotes, Jim Rohn Personal Development, Jim Rohn Self-Discipline, Success Habits Motivation, How to Be Consistent Motivation, Grind Motivation Speech. If you want, I can also prepare a second batch of even more aggressive, trending high volume tags so you can mix them for maximum YouTube reach. That way you'll hit both your target audience and broader trending searches. The moment you show up, even when you don't feel like it, something changes. You start seeing yourself differently. You realize you don't need to feel amazing to make progress. You just need to stop listening to that voice that tells you to quit. Here's the truth most people won't tell you: sometimes you'll show up and you still won't perform at your best. You'll feel slow, distracted, off your game. And that's okay. What matters is that you stayed in the fight. You didn't disappear. You didn't run from discomfort. You stood your ground. That matters more than perfection, because anyone can show up when life is easy. But it takes real strength to show up when everything feels wrong. That's when character is forged. That's when emotional toughness is built. Treat your goals like promises, not suggestions. Keep them, no matter how you feel. If you want, I can turn this into a full YouTube motivational script with pacing, emotional pauses, and punchline hooks so it keeps viewers engaged until the very last second. That would make it ideal for pairing with music and visuals.